it happened. I remember that it happened from probably one of our least memorable shows. I think our singer Janie at the time had chicken pox, or something bad, something that you get as a kid, but he didn't get it, so he got it here and he was sick, and we did not a whole set, if I remember right. That's what I'm thinking. And it was off this gig, and we got it, so it was kind of like we were getting through the gig so he could get out the back door and go home and sleep. You know what I mean? So very kind of anticlimactic. The same way it was when we actually signed the deal. I mean, our record was we did the record. We went and found a producer, did the record, got ready to tour, and then we signed our deal.
We signed the record deal.
And it was like on a Monday night or a Tuesday night at like 7 p.m. with the 5 band members, a manager, the guy who signed us, and a few lawyers.
There was no
there was no ticker tape parade. You know what I mean?
There was no big celebration. The record was already in the can.
Well, did you think that was a big moment at the time, or
it had gotten beaten down to nothing? I mean, we had been for 6 fucking months, trying to get this thing finalized, and I'm just like, Jesus, dude, get this thing done. Yeah. We got the offer. Okay, we're signing you. Here's a letter of intent or whatever the hell it was. And then 6 months later, we're finally signing that thing. Well, within that 6 months, we've met with different producers and wrote songs and recorded a record, and we're getting ready to start mixing. And we're just like, are you ever going to get this done? You ever going to sign it? The lawyers were just dragging it out for fucking months so they could squeeze every dime they could out of it. And at the end of the day, it was just like you said, hey, you guys need to sign these papers.
Yeah.
Big deal. Our record finished in June. The release date got pushed to February of
next year,
'89.
Yeah.
So we're like, fuck, we don't want to sit around for 6 months. Put us on the road. So
went on a fall tour.
Went on the fall tour with
in a bus with a clutch in the snow.
Oh man,
that's rock.
Wasn't a Volkswagen, was it?
No, but it might as well damn been a Volkswagen.
Called it the big white taxi.
Yeah.
The bus driver hated us, man. He's like, I forget his name.
We ate through many bus drivers.
Yeah.
We
were not
crazy,
mellow at all.
We were hard to muster.
Yeah.
And not for the faint of heart. And it's like letting 5 rabid dogs out and having just a bunch of meat, Yeah, I think we went through once, and it was like, if you're doing, like, let's say you're doing 500 seaters, we probably had like maybe 80 to 120 people at most shows on the first, few, maybe on the weekends, a few more people, because we had some national press a little bit through a magazine called Metal Edge.
Yeah.
But more or less, when we came back through, and I don't remember if it was with us or with somebody else, just us headlining or what, but when we came back through, those same rooms were sold out.
Came back with Brittany Fox, I remember.
Okay, yeah.
This was also before the record came out. And another thing that was interesting about that tour, that first 3-week tour we did with the malls, that got cut short. So I think we were only out there for 2 weeks, and then Janie went home because he wasn't feeling too good. I do remember that.
I don't remember that.
That was kind of a bummer. And we're getting paid like $200 a night or something like that.
When the record came out, didn't we go to Europe to do press?
I don't remember that. I remember the record came out in February, and we were going out right when the record came out. We were
Paul Stanley
going out with Paul Stanley for 3 weeks. He was doing a solo tour, so we were right back in those.
We got some MTV
clubs again.
But it was packed because we did. We had the MTV behind us, and we had radio,
Top 40,
Top 40, which is very different.
I guess we should back up a little bit. We did make a video before the record came out for Down Boys. They did release it as a single,
right?
And it did really well. The record went gold just off the video and the single. And MTV started playing the crap out of Down Boys. Radio was playing Down Boys, and we were out touring and playing everywhere we could. We could never get on a solid tour, It was like 3 weeks with Eddie Money, 3 weeks with Paul Stanley, 3 weeks in clubs on our own, 2 shows or 3 shows with Queensryche, 2 nights with Poison. I mean, we never could get on a tour. It was a very frustrating time, even though we were selling millions of records, because then Heaven came out. And
Tens of thousands of records a week.
But we couldn't get on a tour. And all these other bands were getting, that came out at the same time as us were going on these tours, and it was frustrating that we weren't getting a Bon Jovi tour or Aerosmith tour or anything like that. It wasn't till probably 200 shows in a year later of us still going that we finally got on Motley Crue tour for Dr. Feelgood, and I think we did about 2 months or 2.5 months with them straight, and that was awesome.